Don't you just love listening to those guys talk about this?
I do. I love it on the radio. I love it now. It's fun to go through it the first time, and it's fun to relive it.
They remember every moment, and as wild as it was on the field and in the clubhouse for that tie-breaking game, it was really something up in the stands.
So let's take another look at what it was all like with Gary Cogill in the thick of it all that very day.
Okay, here we go. Up in the nosebleed section. Come on, we're up high in the 300 section. Row 10. All right, let's go, Mariners!
Struck him out. The bat ends up at shortstop. Randy Johnson has retired the sign and ordered.
What do you think our chances after the first inning?
Oh, they're great because their pitcher is cold and Randy is hot, and we're going to do it.
Okay, here's the deal. Like the top of the second inning, and Randy Johnson looks really good today. Are you a little nervous? I'm a little nervous. It's the third inning, but I'm nervous.
No, I feel real good. This is what they played the whole season for. This is the final one.
Go Mariners.
That's right, go.
Makes me nervous.
This could be two. It's one. Two.
All right, it's the end of the fourth inning. Randy Johnson's throwing no-hit ball for 4 innings. You're a little nervous at this point. We don't have any runs.
Base hit. In a game like this. That's a base hit to left center field.
Okay, here we go. Going into the top of the ninth. We need 3 outs for the win. We got 9 runs. You feeling better?
I'm feeling real good.
You're a lot more relaxed in the beginning of the game.
Do you have that VCR at home? Are you getting all of this? You don't want to miss a second of it. The fun is just starting. Coming up next, the Mariners in one of, has to be, the greatest playoff games in baseball history.
Lots of people said this was the best 5-game series ever in baseball. We're going to show it to you next, plus the special video that so many of you asked us to replay one more time.
What I'm about
In the playoffs, it has been incredible. As we said, 19 years waiting for this, but it was worth it.
You know, Dave and Rick have seen it all over the 19 years. Dave Niehaus has been there from the very first pitch. I'm sure they have thoughts going back those 19 years. Let's return to Tony Ventrella down at the Mariner clubhouse with the announcers, the voices, if you will, of the Mariners. Tony?
Steve, thanks. You know, my first thought when the Mariners beat California to win the American League West was I get to go back to Yankee Stadium, stand there and do some live stuff back to Seattle in the place where I saw my first ball game in 1956, a night on which Mickey Mantle hit a home run. So it was a great tilt for me, but 5 of the best games I think any of us have ever seen. Ron Callan goes back and takes a look at the great Yankee-Mariner series.
The Bronx, Yankee Stadium, the house that Ruth built. The tradition of the New York Yankees against a team making its first visit to postseason play. Ken Griffey Jr. wasn't intimidated by the ghosts of Yankee past or by the unruly crowd at the stadium. He hit 2 home runs in Game 1. Unfortunately for Seattle, the relief pitching faltered, and New York won 9-6. Game 2 will be remembered as one of the most intense, exciting playoff games of all time. 5 1/4 hours. The lead bouncing back and forth.
3-1 pitch to the way, swing and a drive into the gap in right center
In the
field.
12th inning, Ken Griffey hit another big home run, and Seattle takes a 5-4 lead. In the bottom of the inning, Tim Belcher, pitching for Seattle, just 1 out away from a win. Ruben Sierra is the batter.
We've got a tie ball game. They're going to try and score Williams. Here's the relay to the plate by Joe. 3-1 pitch to Leyritz down and swung
The game
on.
marches
The final
on,
is
tied
deep
at
to
4.
right field.
Finally, in the bottom of the 15th, Jim Leyritz ends the game with a memorable home run, and the Yankees lead the best-of-5 series 2-0, heading west to Seattle.
It's a great baseball game. You got to give the Yankees credit. They came back and and would tie us every time we went ahead. It was a heck of a ball game. Very exciting.
Back in the Kingdome, Seattle's first ever home playoff game, the second do-or-die game of the season. Yankees led 1-0 in the 5th inning when Tino Martinez sends a Jack McDowell pitch deep to right center field. All of a sudden, it's 2-1 Seattle. Randy Johnson in a jam in the top of inning number 6, but he strikes out Don Mattingly with the bases loaded. In the 9th, it's the sheriff, Norm Charlton, shutting the door on New York. Mariners win, 1 down, 2 to go.
I felt the weight of the world on my shoulders tonight. You know, my last 2 starts have been either win or you go home. And I like being in that situation, but not every start, you know. I'm going to get gray hair prematurely, I think.
We knew coming in he was hurting, you know. He's been going on 3 days rest for a while now, and we knew he just battled so hard tonight. I mean, to hold them guys down like that with the stuff he had was just a great performance.
I think we get spoiled sometimes with Randy because day in and day out he is outstanding, and tonight he was a little bit different, but still, it's just a great effort for him.
At times he was overpowering, and other times he pitched. He used a lot of change-ups. He used his breaking ball a little more than usual. He spotted his fastball. But, the results were the same.
You know, we've been riding on his shoulders for so long, and I hope he can pitch tomorrow.
The Yankees jumped out quickly in Game 4. Paul O'Neill lines one into the second deck off of Chris Bosio. It's 5-0 New York after 3. The Yankees just 6 innings away from eliminating the Mariners. However, Edgar Martinez decided to have the most memorable night of his career. First, a 3-run homer just inside the left foul pole. It's 5-3 New York.
Edgar Martinez!
To the bottom of the 8th, Martinez once again at bat. The score tied at 6, and the bases loaded.
Bernie Williams goes back, and it is. Get out the rye bread and the mustard this time, Grandma. It is a grand salami, and the Mariners lead it 10-6. I don't believe it. My, oh, my.
This game was as dramatic as they come. Randy Johnson forced to come in as a reliever on just 2 days rest. He puts on a gutsy performance, striking out 6 in just 3 innings on the mound. The Mariners trailed 5-4 in the bottom of the 11th inning. The batter is Joey Cora. He drags a perfect bunt, he avoids the tag, and it starts the most memorable rally in Mariner history. After Ken Griffey Jr. singled, once again, it was up to Senor October, Edgar Martinez, and here's the call.
Edgar Martinez swung on the line down the left field line for a base hit. Here comes Joy. Here is Junior to third base. They're going to wave him in. The throw to the plate will be late. The Mariners are going to play for the American League Championship. I don't believe it. It just continues. My, oh, my. The Mariners will play for the American League Championship.
Man, you know, these guys call the games. We've all seen them, and yet it's so great to see them over and over and over again. Game 5 is the one a lot of people are going to remember. Maybe most people will remember, but Rick, you say the most memorable, or at least the key, was Game 4 in the series.
I thought it was Game 4 because Randy Johnson gave the ball club life with the win in Game 3, and that made it 2-1 New York. But in Game 5, the Yankees took that early 5-0 lead, and Edgar Martinez, with one swing of the bat, gave the Mariners life again with that 3-run home run to make it 5-3. Then it was a tie ball game. Then he comes back and hits that grand slam home run. So with those 2 shots and the way the Mariners came back, refused to lose, I mean, that was really the battle cry for this ball club the last 2 months of the season. Now it's a 2-2 series in our Kingdome with 58,000 screaming fans, and you knew you had a great chance in Game 5, and Edgar came through one more time, and I've never seen Junior run so fast coming around third base. He was flying.
I want to ask you about that, Dave. When he rounded second, I think, at least in the people that have seen him run before and have seen this team play before, I knew he was going to score. What were you thinking at that
As
point?
you saw, the play wasn't even close.
Yeah.
He wasn't rounding third. He was floating around third. I've never seen him run so fast in my life. I really thought the important game of that 5-game series was Game 3 because They had to win Game 3 to take it to 4 and 5. We got home with the sun in the morning up. You had lost that tough ball game to New York. The Yankees were high. The Mariners were low. They had to win Game 3. They won Game 3 and obviously Game 4. They were down 5-0, and then Game 5 was a climax with Edgar Martinez's double. But they had their backs against the wall. They had to win that ball game, and they did.
Yeah, they sure did, and they kept winning.
And their winningest pitcher ever kept winning long after the season was over. Randy Johnson was named the American League Cy Young Award winner. He's the first Cy Young winner in Mariner history, and Randy gives the credit to his teammates.
It just shows that hard work and the determination that I've had all along, and the support of, once again, of my teammates, good things do happen.
And the offseason was also good for Lou Piniella. The Mariners skipper won Manager of the Year. That's something he didn't do even when he took the Cincinnati Reds to a sweep of the World Series in 1990. But his leadership and his management style took this Mariner team further than it's ever been.
As a manager, you're just a reflection of the organization, though. When ownership gets you good players, the front office gets you good players. If the players play well on the field, which they did, and if the staff does a good job getting them ready to play, which they did an excellent job, the manager gets rewarded with something like this. So I'm pleased, but in a very humble way, and I'm very thankful because, you know, you're being judged against your peers, and it's nice to be recognized.
We're going to come back and talk a little bit about, in fact, about the Cleveland series, the ALCS, the first one ever for the Seattle Mariners, and a lot more, too, from Dave and Rick. We want to find out how their voices held up, where Grand Salami came from, how many salamis were actually delivered to the booth, and there were more than one, Margaret, I'll tell you that much. We'll be back in the Mariner clubhouse in a few minutes. Back to you for now.